Yeah, he's not wrong. I've hated him. We skated together in the summer, and I've hated him for a long time, so that's not going to change now. But he's a scumbag, too.
On the positive side, some people actually were happy. You actually got a very nice ovation when they announced that you were 22nd and first as a Panther.
Yeah.
Seemed like you were enjoying that on the bench, too, a little bit. Did
Yeah.
you hear that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just enjoying this whole journey. It's such a unique experience for myself, and I've been part of really good teams that have accomplished big things and some that haven't. And regardless, what you realize is that these opportunities are very few and far between. And you get to enjoy every day in this league, and I'm having a lot of fun right now. The guys are awesome, really starting to build some chemistry with everyone, and just feeling more comfortable every day. It's fun to be part of a winning group and to be out there with these guys right now.
What's it say about where you guys are defensively? I mean, Detroit, obviously, they're still a long shot, but they were fighting for their lives tonight, and you guys held them to one goal and not a lot of quality chances.
Yeah, I liked our game. We knew they were going to come out and give it everything they had. But it's just such a hard game to play against, the way that this team plays. And, we could have played a little bit better at times, but, for the most part, we were good and came up at the right times. And then when we broke down, Bob had a great game back there to kind of hold the fort down. So, when you have all those weapons, it can get frustrating.
It's no secret that playing the Panthers' style of hockey is not easy with the physicality and the speed, but it does seem to kind of fit into your style of play. Have you enjoyed it so far to this point?
Yeah, I love the messaging. I think that's one of the biggest things is that the messaging that the team portrays in the room and on the bench is very simple to follow and very direct. And it's a very aggressive style. I mean, that is kind of how I play. But it's just they put a system together that every guy can follow and every guy can play, regardless of your skill or your talent or your physicality level. The expectations are the same right through the lineup, and the way that it comes across in the room, they get you amped up to want to play the right way. And at the end of the day, they're building for something bigger, and you want to be part of that.
Yeah, up and down the lineup. Everyone did their part tonight, offensively, defensively. Bob in the net. It was a great team win. Hopefully to keep this momentum going.
How nice was it to see Marchand his first goal as a Panther?
Yeah, he's been humming around the net a lot, creating stuff off the rush, feeding other guys. It's nice to see him put one in. Hopefully get on a little hot streak here and keep putting him in the net.
You've been here for a little bit now. Just what's the comfort level like just with the system as we approach the playoffs?
Much more comfortable now. Obviously, a little bit of adjustment early on. It's really a full court pressure system here, and a little bit different than even when my early days in Columbus and Nashville and obviously Chicago. So definitely feel more comfortable now. Moving my feet more. Playing with Meeks full time now. He really gets me going. He's very active in the play, so it makes me on my toes as well.
You've seen Bob at multiple stops in your career. What's it like seeing him playing the way he is now, especially this close to the playoffs?
Nothing new. Bob's business as usual. He's going to be one of our best players every night, doing his thing, and moved the puck well behind the net tonight. Made it hard for them to forecheck, and then big saves in that second period when the game was kind of teetering a bit. He stood strong in there.
Seth, you guys got obviously a few games left here, but are you starting to think ahead of what Game 1 is going to feel like and what it's going to mean for you to get back on that stage?
A little bit. I'm not going to lie. We're, the cliche thing. Take it one day at a time, one game at a time. Here, don't get too far ahead of yourself. But I think I am looking forward to playing playoff hockey again. It's been a few years now, so. I understand the intensity that comes with that, the stakes every game, every single play, every single shift. So I'm super excited.
With about a week left, are you starting to feel that everybody's game is starting to round into shape, or at least that's the hope, right?
Definitely, and I think at this point we're not too worried about the scoreboard. We're worried about the style of play that we bring to the table every night. That's smart with the puck in the neutral zone, being physical on their D, making them rim pucks so that he can pinch, things like that. So. It's been kind of a struggle scoring lately for us, but we know that's going to come with the way we play, so we're not too worried, and there's a certain style we got to play.
You guys have missed a couple bodies on the blue line. Obviously, you had to step up a couple extra minutes. Just playing with different partners, I think that kind of helped you get more comfortable with the team in a kind of get thrown into the mix like that?
I don't know. I'm not sure. You know, we were mixing and matching them pretty, you know, ever since Ecky's kind of been on, and then Cooley got hurt. So I think it was the coaches were kind of putting together who was working at the time. But I think now it seems like I'm going to be with Meeks for the long haul here, for the long term, as I see it. So it's nice that you can kind of get that chemistry with the guy, understand his tendencies, things like that.
Thanks, Seth. Thank you.
Thanks, Seth.
Take care.
I think we all kind of know that playoffs are right around the corner, and it's time to really, dial in our game. And I thought there wasn't a guy on the ice that wasn't pulling on the rope, and just a great collective effort from Bobby all the way up.
That second period in particular, what was working so well?
A little bit of confidence, a little bit of swagger. I think we were, instead of sitting back, we kind of took the game to them and just had fun with it. And that's, the bench was loud. It was just overall a really good game.
You mentioned, Bob, how nice to see him playing the way he is, just heading into the playoffs this close.
Yeah, I don't think anyone expects anything less, to be honest. It's fun to watch, and, his habits are the reason why, every game he shows up, he doesn't have a bad game, and he's been great for us the past couple months especially, and I expect the same going forward.
Paul's now third all-time in wins. Just playing for him the last couple of seasons. What do you enjoy most about playing for Paul?
Just a good mind. I think I think as a player, you talk to the other players, and sometimes it's speeches or just things that he does. You talk about, and you recognize that you haven't seen it before, and just really smart. Really, everything he does kind of is for a reason, and just I think the experience that he has, he really knows what to give us and the things we need, and when to push us and when to lay off us, things like that, and just a great coach. It sucked. I wasn't happy for him. He's a rat, and I wasn't too happy.
Fair.
All right.
Well, good coming off the last game because the line scored, and you think there's something there, so you like the players to have the belief in it too, and they had a bunch of chances and some really good zone time, but guys who produce big points got to put numbers up to feel good, for them to feel like they're contributing. So I like that belief in the line. I like the way they played.
And how would you describe the belief in your team, just able to get collectively?
Good. There's lots of good. Different styles of game at this time of year. It wasn't a real heavy game. I got some good skill there, and they're a fast team. So I was fine with it. There's not the same kind of emotion right now around the league. It's everybody's going through the same thing. There's some teams, certainly some teams for position, but even with that, it's not the end of the world, right? So all you want to do is on the nights where you don't have a lot of juice and environmental energy, right? That there's something on the line. You still want to be in structure, and you want to be smart, and you want to. I guess the idea would be the mistakes that you make at the end in one place on the ice, somebody else has to pay for. Where it's a shot block, it's an odd man rush, your goaltender's got to do too much, and I didn't think we put each other in trouble tonight.
Another game where you pretty much limited their chances. I mean, praising that side
that's
of the game.
How they get them. They do have some zone time. Long shift in the second period. Sergei made a bunch of saves, but there wasn't the danger off the rush, and that's where that team is hard and smart enough to stay out of the penalty box because their power play is elite, like the kill and a half that we had.
Evan was asked about Brad's goal and called him a rat and said bad words, and then Brad was asked about the reaction and said very bad words back.
Rightfully so.
Yes. How important is it that Brad Marchand is still Brad Marchand, and he did not change anything about who he is to fit in here?
Yeah. Well, that's a part of the package and an important part of it. And I think everybody's going to be wired here in 10 days, whatever it is, 2 weeks. Especially right now, grinding through some of these. He brings lots of energy, right? He's got lots to say, and it makes it fun.
And looking at the defensive pairings, I know you've got Seth with Nico, but are you still looking for someone to play with 42 for those first two playoff games?
Well, I like No, we're just leaving those two guys together. The answer is yes, but the adjustment will be made because when Dimitri comes back in, that'll be the whole field. I mean, Dimitri will either – he's played so well with Mikkola that will probably be the first place that we look. But I believe we're going to get Dimitri in a game or two here, and we may look at him with fours.
Mackey started the season on the fourth line tonight. He's scoring goals on the top
Yeah.
line. As we get towards the end here, how impressed are you when it's kind of the full season journey that he's gone through?
Highly unusual for a young man to cover the distance that he's covered because he was still physical in the game and hard where he needed to be. And he's played now with every single line in every section. Good for him. To his credit, because you don't see young guys come in and learn the hard things and be willing to do the hard things as quickly as he has.
I don't know how much the individual stuff matters to you, of course, but passing Barry tonight on the wins list, these things that you've done the last couple of years, are they going to sink in later, or do you appreciate a little bit when they happen?
Not really. And that's more, my appreciation for things is the whole group here, how much I enjoy sitting in the coach's office with Bill as well, the equipment guys, the medical guys, and the players. For sure, this has been a wholly and completely unexpected level of joy that I find in my job because of the men that are around here. And maybe at the end, but what I mean, if I was asked today, the memory, it's this group, it's the fun that we've had. They work hard, I'm not pulling teeth here to get these guys to play hard, work hard. That makes life really easy.
You've been saying for a little while that you've been happy with how the team had been playing, but now the results are starting to come. Is that a little bit of good feeling, Solace? I know you've been feeling all right before.
Yeah. I think I've been comfortable with the structure of our game almost since in the new year. In 2025, there's about 5 games that I don't like at all. That's a small number. And Matthew, we lost a bunch of games kind of tight in the third where I thought we played pretty darn well, or we just couldn't find that next goal. And Matthew's point of game plus player, so that's a point a game. That's a goal a game. Somewhere somebody gets one more for you. The structure's everything right now, and we're okay with it where we're at, yeah.
It does feel good to start getting wins, though.
Yeah. I would take the structure over wins. If you lost 10 in a row and we were right, I don't think we would have a confidence issue. I really don't. The players that have been here now, it's almost 3 full years. They know what we're supposed to look like. It's not always easy to do. But we've looked the way we're supposed to look an awful lot of nights in the last 3 months, and they know it. So we're not waiting for guys to come back to be good. We're a pretty good team right now. The 2 guys on the back end that have kind of come out recently, that can affect you. We've been able to find some defensemen that have come in and played very, very well for us. That just makes us deeper. So the challenge in part when we get healthy is getting them all in the right places. But we aren't really reliant on the chemistry so much as it's not really a hands game where you really got to feel good about your game for us to look good. It's more about all the hard things you do away from the puck.
I'm sure you were asked this morning, so I apologize, but the importance of getting Aaron somewhat back into the group.
Oh, really important. It lets him come in and buy a lot of dinners for the guys, right? His credit card will take a beating and have a little bit of fun. But there's something, right? He steps on the ice and it's another 6'4", 6'5" guy in your blue line, and now all the guys in red look big, and it adds a little something. He's out for a while, right? Missing for a while, and then he steps back out and the ice, the backhand's big.